Okay, hi Keisha. How are you today?
Okay.
Okay. So I know last time during session we got a little bit into you going over the events of the night that um, your trauma happened. So can we go back to where we left off last time and maybe um, you tell me in your own words a little bit more about what went on that night?
Well, I went to my apartment after I had the day off, and my husband wasn't home. So I had the music up loud, and my neighbor came over and told me to turn it down. So I did. And I heard another knock on the door. So I went to the door thinking it was my neighbor. And a man I've never seen before pushed his way into my apartment, and he raped me.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear about that. That must have been really hard. So, can you tell me a little bit about your feelings and emotions during each part of the event?
I feel like I felt like I should have done more. Like I should have fought back harder or looked to see who was at the door, obviously, before I looked. But I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it's definitely a normal reaction to feel guilty or like you could have done something different. Um, so it does sound though like you're still having some high spirits after what's happened. I know last time we talked a little bit about you starting to go out a little bit more. So I know that usually after these kind of events, if you're having some symptoms of trauma or PTSD, you kind of isolate yourself a little bit. So would you say that you feel like you're being isolated at all?
I think yeah, I like can't even think about having sex with my husband or
Mm-hmm.
like and whenever I go to buy clothes, it's always like baggy stuff. I don't wear anything that I think will like
Mm-hmm.
make guys want me or anything. Like I just don't feel like I could be sexual ever again. Like especially with I don't know anyone in it. I especially feel bad with my husband.
Mm-hmm. So compared to where your husband and your relationship was before the event, how much would you say it's changed on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being it's a completely different relationship, and one being
I would say a
the same
10
as it
because
was.
I did look for him as a person that I trusted, and now I feel like just the trauma that I've been through has made me not trust him anymore. Like nothing that's his fault, but
Mm-hmm.
like made me just like more aware of things.
Okay, so you're a little bit more hyper vigilant.
Yeah.
So what else has been happening since the trauma? Um, have you been having trouble sleeping? That kind of thing?
Yeah, I
Are
have
you
been.
having flashbacks?
I've been having a lot of flashbacks, especially just like if someone is at the door or just like, I don't know, seeing people I don't know. I see flashbacks a lot.
Mm-hmm. And what image are you flashing back to? So what moment of the event is what's sticking in your mind the most?
I would say just like him coming through the door, like, I don't know, like I could have stopped that, I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
and now,
Yeah.
I don't know, I have something that I have to deal with for a long time and something that is going to affect me.
Mm-hmm. And so, what exactly is your goal from coming into counseling? I know that in the last session you talked about wanting to decrease the symptoms of PTSD, um, but is there anything else that you really want to get out of counseling?
Yeah, I think that I just want to get like trust back and just like my normal life back. I feel like I'm
Mm-hmm.
always on edge
Yeah.
and anxious.
Okay, well, that's great. So it sounds like you already have some goals in place. So that's awesome, and sounds like you really are wanting to change.